Hello, I'm Mark Andresen. I'm going to demonstrate putting a 3-bend saddle in here according to our instructions. So it's supposed to be 2 inches tall. We're going to see if it comes out to be 2 inches tall. I've got this marked 20 inches from the end of the conduit. I have these marks 5 1/8 inch because I did the math calculation with my multiplier. So it should line up to be at 2 inches when I get done with this. But if it's off by a little bit, I'm going to blame the bender. So I'm going to put this middle mark on this teardrop that is on this bender. That teardrop right there, okay? That's going to be the first bend that I put on here. I've seen benders that have, instead of having a teardrop, it has a dumb little triangle or something. Okay, that's great. But I like, well, I've been calling it the teardrop for pretty much my whole life. Because they call it the teardrop because it's the saddest bend of all. So I'm going to bend this to 45 degrees to get started. I know that 30 is when the handle is straight up. I'm going to use my level for this first one because if this one is wrong, then they're all wrong. Or my measurement will be wrong, okay? It's all about the foot pressure, right? Oh, that looks like it's magic, Johnson.
All right.
Now, since this is going to be the easier one for me to do because this one's got a shorter side, the next one, I'm going to just put it on the arrow, and it should line up nice and easy. The arrow on this one is clear back here. Then I don't want to dog this. Got a lot of possibilities of causing a dog in this. So I'm going to have to look at this, get it lined up so that it's exactly perpendicular, or exactly, well, in line with the handle. I like to keep both eyes open when I do this. Kind of like the way I sight down a pistol. It seems like it's more accurate than just using one eyeball and trying to guess. But anyway, when I go to make these next bends, I will be unable to use a lot of foot pressure because my foot's down there, right? Once again, I'm going to hook that bender handle with my foot like this, but I want to get close to this with my hands so that it's as if I'm using a lot of foot pressure. It puts a lot of the foot pressure, or the pressure, right into the middle of this bender shoe, okay? So I'm going to choke up on the back. I'm going to go this. Now I want to go a little bit less than 22.5 because I would rather have a little less bend here and add a little bit later on than try and subtract some bend from that because that makes everything messy. So I'm going to try and line it up with this 22.5. I'm going to try and be just a little bit less than that. Then I'm going to spin it around. I'm going to actually go to the other side of this. I'm going to be bending away from that middle part. This one here, it's reminding me right now that it's going to be easier to choke up on this because I have less to work with. Okay, I'm going to get it aligned with the arrow. I'm going to make sure that I don't dog it, or try not to dog it anyway. Now, if I take a look down the top of this with my eyeball, if this is perfectly straight with this, I should see the back of this bend just right there, okay? When I do this, I go, oh crap, I haven't quite bent it enough. So I'm gonna put just a little bit more in there. That looks pretty good. Now I'm gonna add just a little bit more to this one to make it so that this is flat across both parts, okay? Have to get to the other side because I am so not ambidextrous. I'm afraid I made a little bit of a W. I'm gonna have to kick my own butt if I did. When I get done with this, should be 2 inches. Should not be dog. Give me some space over here. I'm gonna take a look at what this looks like. Put it on the table. It's got a little bit of a W in there.
A big old dog leg.
It's got a huge dog leg in it. I'm gonna see if I can fix this. Give me that tape measure, will you? Let's see if this is pretty close to 2 inches. I'm gonna do some kind of field bending a little bit, see if I can make this more better. Looks like I'm 2 1/8 of an inch. So I'm gonna make this more pretty because it does kind of have a little dog there. I'm gonna see if I can pull an A out of this. B work. That's all. Pretty easy.